Mike with EnviroscapeLA. Wanted to invite you to a little personal tour of my backyard. We wanted to just give you some ideas for our landscape channel that we have here. Bought the place about 8 years ago and just completely redid it. There used to be grass back here. Now I would like to say this is probably the most sustainable yard and one of the most sustainable yards in Southern California. Let's take a tour and we'll show you why. Used to have here years ago, used to have a natural waterfall, natural pool that actually used plants as the filtration. Well, here in Southern California it gets really cold sometimes, especially in winter, so it really wasn't usable. I think it's a great idea for warmer climates, but out here it was a real uphill battle. So what we did was we filled it in with tanks, rainwater harvesting system tanks. We made a big rainwater harvesting system out of it. We can hold about 5,000 gallons. Let me show you the guts of the operation. A little fire pit here. But back here we have a transformer. We have our pump that's right here. So the pump actually sucks rainwater out of the system, and this whole backyard is irrigated with rainwater. We put drought-tolerant plants back here so that you can actually, so it doesn't need a whole lot of water. Now, does rainwater harvesting really work? Well, like I said, this whole area is filled with rainwater harvesting tanks, about 5,000 gallons worth. We just had rains, actually, last night. Let's check her out. It sure does. There it is. It's about half filled. So there's about 2,000 gallons of rainwater in there, stored up for next year, but I guarantee you it will be filled up. We did put flagstone here, but in between we put a product called FlexiPave. It's made out of recycled tires, and we put a special polymer on it, and then water can go right through this particular product here, FlexiPave. It lets water through, and yet you can drive a truck on this thing. So another great thing. And since you're standing right there, if you look up on top of the garage, we've got solar power. So guess what? The stuff that's powered here, because we do have a beautiful koi pond, and we have an aeroponic garden that's powered by solar power. Just have to show you one of my favorite plants. This is from Africa. It's called the Encephalitos plant. It looks like a palm tree, but don't let that fool you. It's actually from Africa. It's part of the cycad family, the Encephalitos. Here's a waterfall. When I want to aerate the rainwater in the rainwater harvesting system, I'll turn this pump on, and there's a little waterfall right here. We just cleaned out the koi pond, so it's a little bit murky right now. We did a winter clean out on it, and you can see this funny looking thing is actually a floating island, and right now it's the middle of December, so this little floating island, it sucks up nutrients from the fish, and it sends roots down. The fish nibble on the roots. They suck up the roots suck up the nutrients. So it's a symbiotic relationship. We grow a ton of tomatoes on that thing, on the floating island. The pond is actually powered by a ProEco Products pump, and we have a ProEco filter system in it with it too. Follow me and let's come on up and enjoy the plants as you come on up. These are all either California natives or drought-tolerant plants. These are the aeoniums, sunbursts. Those are euphorbias right there. The little blue ground cover is called senecio. Really cool area. And don't forget to take a look at the little microclimate too that we have here with our little bench. Sometimes I come out here. This is one of my favorite spots to sit out in the summertime. I'll put a computer there, I'll have the battery, and we'll just go to town, and I'll just spend hours out here getting inspiration, sitting right next to the waterfall. But like I said, come on out and follow me. You can see here the rock that we used here is called Coal Cameron here in Southern California. And it's just a neat thing. When we build water features, we like to make sure that they're interactive, they're in your face, you're forced to be a part of it. So in order to get to this part of the patio, or to this private patio, I've actually put a little bridge over this particular area. We have just a fun little place where You can just kind of hang out and have a few drinks, or just have breakfast on a Sunday morning. So it's a really neat place. And then this place continues to go up and up and up and up, all the way back here. I do leave the filters exposed because I want to show people how a koi filter works. And I have real banana trees up here that actually produce real bananas, California bananas, up here. Over here to my left, I've got a chicken coop. I have about 10 little girls, and they produce eggs every day. My neighbors get the eggs. I'm a vegetarian, vegan type of guy, so my neighbors get the eggs. I actually grow them for the chicken poop. And there's Audra. And the reason I want the chicken poop is because I actually have a compost bin. I'm an organic gardener, and I actually compost, and I throw the chicken poop in her, and it's really great stuff, really strong stuff. It's back-breaking work to do composting, but it's very gratifying. I turn the compost into soil, or actually the earthworms do that, and then I intermix it with my organic gardens here. You can see right now it's winter, so things aren't looking too good. Blueberry bushes are just kind of going through their grief period in the wintertime. If you follow me up here, you can see I've got something called a Aeroponic garden. And what this Aeroponic garden is actually, NASA invented it about 40 years ago. The idea, the concept to grow food in outer space. And so what's nice about it is we grow soilless vegetables. I can grow vegetables in about a third of the time. There's no back-breaking work as far as turning soil, compost. The roots grow inside the pipe here, and then I harvest it in about, like I said, about a third of the time. We just cut our grape back. You can see here, if you like avocados, got a ton of California Hass avocados here. My little avocado tree. Guess what? The key to growing really great avocados, they do like more water if they're going to produce fruit. So give a little more water. I give them koi nutrients from the koi pond, basically koi pond water. You keep all the dead leaves around the base of the tree, and it will reward you with lots of avocados. So, and then over here I have something called woolly pockets, which are a great little invention. If you have no yard at all and you have a brick wall or a concrete wall, you can do the woolly pockets. So this is Mike Garcia from EnviroscapeLA, and I just wanted to give you a little tour of my backyard. One thing before I go, I do have lights. This is actually a low voltage light. Needs a little straightening here. But the interesting thing about this, it's a low voltage light. It looks like a candle. So there's all kinds of neat, tricky things around here. I have a little owl up there. So in case I have any birds who have any ideas about grabbing my koi, guess what? They'll think twice because they'll see that guy up there. So go ahead and enjoy the yard. We're gonna also, if you like this, we also have a tour of my front yard too. So it's Mike Garcia signing off. When you think of sustainability, think Enviroscape LA.